Hey guys, and welcome to Pheas Airsoft, where today we're going to do a non-live unboxing of the ARCTURUS AK12. Hi guys, and welcome back. If you do enjoy this video today, please do like and subscribe. You'll be really helping me out. If you haven't done so already, go check out my giveaway playlist and see what my current giveaway is. We're going to get started. On a note of safety, this unboxing, as are all my unboxings, are done in a completely safe environment. So I've got eye protection on. I have made sure that the weapon is completely unloaded. There's no ammunition in it, and it's done in a safe way and a controlled way to make sure that nobody's at risk. And I am the only person in the room doing this, and nobody's about. Make sure that if you're doing this sort of thing, you take the same safety precautions as well. So many thanks to Taiwan Gun for sending me this out to unbox and disassemble and do a bit of a review of. I'm really excited. You know, anybody that's seen any of my videos will know how much I love AKs, and the AK12 is like the ultimate tactical AK. I'm really excited to get this unboxing. If you haven't checked Taiwan Gun out, I have put a link below to this gun specifically and to their website. I've been using them for years and years. Great prices, really great service. I've been really happy with them, and it's even better that they've sent me this to unbox. So thank you so much to Taiwan Gun for that. So obviously I did this as a live unboxing recently, and if you haven't gone and check that out, but I wanted to do a full unboxing just because there's a couple of things that I wanted to talk about that I didn't cover during that live video. So box, nice plain brown box, and there it is. Oh, look at that thing there. You know, I do like a nice box, but it's not the end of the world if you don't get one. It's just obviously something to store it in. At this end, just got a little bit of information, and that's everything. So I'm going to get straight in there. So we have got a little patch in there and a sticker and a manual as well, which I'm really happy with. I do like a good patch. I've got a chrono sheet, which they have really nicely downgraded it for me to below 340 FPS, which means it's perfect for pretty much anywhere in the UK, which I'm dead happy with. So Camille, if you're seeing this, thank you very much for testing my gun out for me before it came. We're going to get straight in there. Oh, look at that. That thing is awesome. So we'll quickly just go over the mags. So you get a high cap mag in there. I love the styling of these. I believe that the branding on these is D-Day, and you can get them on the Taiwan Gun website now. You also get a changeable 130 round mag by taking off the base plate. I think the mag just slides out then, like that, and there is a switch there. So if I switch it to that, it's now a 30 round mag. If I leave it there, it's a 130 round mag, and that will just nicely slide back into its outer casing. The little bottom shell goes back on, and the clip comes back out, and there we go. They've even been nice enough to send me a couple of extra of those so I can give it a proper skirmish as well. We've got in here a little bag that's got a couple of Allen keys, a spare clip which I'll talk about in a minute, and we've got the rear sight. Now the rear sight, I didn't talk about it much. This goes on, there is on the top cover, and there's a little grub screw. They've included the Allen key to tighten this down. We'll cover that in a moment. Get those out of the way. Also got the original spring, which I believe out of the box, without any changes, they're doing about 400 to 410 FPS. So obviously absolutely rock solid build. So I'm going to lift it out. I am really excited. I absolutely love this. I've literally had it out of the box about a dozen times since the live unboxing, just because I like it so much. I'll move the box out of the way. So the first thing to me is this thing weighs an absolute ton, and it's huge, and I absolutely love it. It is so rock solid, as we've seen before. You know, this is the second time I've ever unboxed an ARCTURUS, and what impressed me the first time is the feel of the build quality. The thing is absolutely solid. It feels like I've got something of weight, substance, something absolutely solid. I kind of feel like I go out and throw it all over a woodland and not even make a dent in it. So we've got the nice sort of AK fashioned muzzle brake at the front there. I love the angry stylings of it, the little crown point on the front there, the muzzle brake. It just looks absolutely immense. To remove that, you just got a little pin there, push that in and it'll screw off. I assume leaving you the normal like I think it's about a 22mm bracket under there, thread. We've then got the front sight post with adjustable sight, and we've also got a little tool built in here. So if I come around here, let's have a see. If I push this pin through here, there's a little pin here. If I push that in, I'll use one of the included Allen keys. If I push that pin through, that drops out, and this pin then drops out of place, or can easily be dropped out of place. I can twist and remove this key. Now this is used to do the quick change spring system, which we'll look at it in a minute. So I'm going to leave that to one side. So the built-in tool is there to be able to change this the spring in here. I've actually just realised that you don't actually have to take this pin out at all, and all you have to do is pull down. There's a little pin there. You can just pull down on that with your fingernail and it will twist out, and then again just keep it pushed down a little bit. You might need a little bit of something just to flick it down, and it is just a push pin to lock that back in place like that. Then we come to the handguard. So you've got two rizzers top and bottom, and then you've got two little removable side rizzers as well. Now those for me are absolutely perfect, because often with an AK I feel like I'm just missing a little side one just to stick a little torch on the side. I do like a torch just for appearances, but the rails themselves that they've got, although they look edgy, they've got a nice rounding to them as well. There's no sharp edges. I'm not catching myself on anything. You know, even without gloves, I'm not going to hurt myself on that. And the handguard is polymer, and it's absolutely solid. There's the tiniest, and I'm having to really squeeze on that to get any sort of noise on or out of that. So it looks beautiful. Next, we come to the receiver. So you've got metal all around here. Apart from the pistol grip is beautifully comfortable, shaped to your hands nicely. I've got pretty big hands, and it fits really nicely in my hands there. I'm really happy with that feel. I love the enhanced AK selectors. These, if you don't have one of these, I would strongly suggest investing in one, because you don't have to take your hand off the trigger to go and get the selector or do any awkward sort of hand movements to get to it. You literally can now, almost like having an M4 I suppose, you can just use your finger and you've got it selected. Absolutely perfect. Really happy with that. The top cover doesn't come up like normal. There's no button here. We'll do the battery cover in a minute. Then we're onto the stock. Again, there's the tiniest little bit of movement of the stock on the stock tube, but you would expect that with any sort of AEG really. It is, first of all, a folding stock, so it will fold round nicely. It stays there quite nicely in place, and the workings of it look solid and well built. And then it just pulls, locks back in, and again, there's no real movement there. It's solid, absolutely solid. Then it also adjusts as well, so that's fully extended. Moving in, I think I've missed one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 position stock in there as well. So there's plenty of adjustment to suit your needs. I always play with mine fully compressed because I find it's the easiest to shoulder. The thing, I love the stock as well. It's just that nice, little bit more angry, a little bit more aggressive styling. It's beautiful. So if you did watch the live unboxing, you will have seen I had a little bit of trouble with the battery cover, because it's a different system, and you know, I wanted to do a live unboxing from unwrapping the parcel and not to sort of do my usual unbox it, check everything out, and then show it off. So to change the battery, there was a little clip in here, and they give you a spare one of these clips that sits down in there. Now I'm not sure the intention of it, because I found that without the clip there is nothing moving or happening there. So to me, I don't think it's needed, but I'm happy to be corrected. So the way you open the battery cover is, first of all, this lever comes up, and then it clicks out towards you. So just to show you that again, I'll click that back in place. So clicked it in, that's solidly in there. It clicks towards you like that. At that point, the battery cover comes back a couple of mil and then lifts up and gives you access to your battery compartment. Now you can see in there, it looks the exact same gearbox as the previous AK we had, and that thing was an absolute beast. And you got a metal hop unit in there. I bet that's their standard like black barrel that's a tight bore barrel as well. You've also got, flip it over, obviously you've got your blanking plate there to help you locate your mags in first time every time, so that you know you can sort of get through it a little bit quicker. And you've got your unwinding spring as well, so once you're finished, end of a game, clear your mag out and you can press this little switch here and it'll unwind your gearbox so you know it's not compressed any longer. To do the quick change spring system, make sure your battery cover's up. We're going to fold the stock over, and this is where we need the little tool. Oops, pin's rolling away. So there's two little teeth on there, and they're just going to sit in that and allow you to, oop, missed. There we go. Come on, Pheas. So you take the screw out that obviously locates it. I can then get that in there again with the same tool. I'll just grab it. Tool goes in, it's push in and a quarter turn, and out it comes. There's our spring, and there's our spring guide. And we've just, as quick as that, changed our spring. Spring goes back in again. It's looking nice down there. Get our spring guide, which is falling off. And it's just going to be the exact same again. So when it goes back in, quarter twist, and it locks back in place. I'm going to put the screw back in. That helps sort of keep it straight and straighten it out. I'm going to finger tighten it first, and then I'm going to use the tool. There we go, that's tight, and then I can lock my battery cover back up. So put the stock back around. So to lock the battery back in, then you put your battery in, close the cover down. You see how then the handle picked up. So I'm going to push it down and I'm going to click it forward. At this point, I'm going to put the handle back up and I'm going to click it back in, making sure it's set in the right place. Oop. It was there, clicked in, and then I'm just going to push the handle back down and click it back into place. You might need to push it a little bit further in, just as it comes down to the sort of almost back down to this position here. You just might need a little bit further clicking in, and then it clicks lock shut. That literally does not move at all then, and you know it's nice and secure. So we're just going to lift that up, click, bring it back, and the top cover comes back. Put that back down, move it forward, handle in and down, and then as I'm clicking it back in again, might need a little bit of a click. Seems to be like a bit of a sweet spot to it. There we go. And click it shut. And there it is, and it's locked back down. So I'll get the usual batteries, including the included ones that are now fully charged. Let you hear the rate of fire. Unfortunately, this is still the coronavirus lockdown in the UK, so I'm not able to take it out and shoot it yet, but I'm looking forward to doing that soon. So I've got the batteries now. We've got 3 to try today. So here is the first one that they sent me, which fits perfectly. So this is an iPower 20C rating, 1200 milliamp, 7.4 volt LiPo. We've then also got the usual 2200 milliamp Nuprol 20C 7.4, and then we've got the 11.1 2600 20C one as well, just to see what those are or perform like. So we'll lift that up, click it out, battery cover comes up. With this one, it does fit in nicely, and they've opened up the handguard inside, which means you can get the battery a very, very long way down, meaning if there is a longer battery, it will go in there. There is still space as well. That's, you know, it's not taking up all of the available space in there. There's still, I can nearly get my little finger down there on top, and I've got quite chunky fingers, so you could get a thicker battery through there. So I've connected that up. I'll just loosely drop that down a minute. So here we go. This is the rate of fire on the 7.4 iPower 1. So we'll go single shot. quite nice and snappy. It sounds very well shimmed and very well set up, so I'm quite happy with that. It sounds quite smooth. Go for full auto. That is a really nice steady rate of fire. It's nothing, you know, sort of trailblazing or outwardly too amazing, but it's nice and steady, and that's, you know, out of the box, that's really, really good. I'm really happy with that, especially on a 7.4. So we're going to change that up, and we're going to go for our normal neutral 7.4 crane stock type. That, just to confirm, will not go down the stock tube, but actually might just about fit under there. Let's have a look, see if I can. Not quite, it's a little bit too high to get under there, but I'll rest the cover down in a second. So let's connect that up. Obviously it is a micro switch based gearbox, for those of you that want to know about the trigger block. So a normal Titan I don't think will fit in this, because it takes a slightly different seating position, and the gearbox shell is slightly different. So we'll go for single shot. That to me sounds a little bit snappier than the iPower 1. We'll go for full auto. That's definitely a little bit more rapid than it was before. Again, really nice steady rate of fire. That is more than good enough, and you know, I wouldn't expect anything better from my normal AEGs, at least not without doing a lot of upgrades to it in terms of the motor, gear set, things like that, a MOSFET. So last one then, the 11.1. We know where this is going to end. I absolutely love this thing. I'm so happy with this. So put that down loosely. So here we go. Single shot. We've got that thing again. It is double shotting. That could be solved with a MOSFET. You know, any sort of MOSFET should knock that off with active braking. But obviously that motor is just whipping around so quickly. To be fair, I quite like the double shot actually. So we'll go to full auto. Oh yes. Oh man. Wow, that's nice. So I'll unwind the gearbox. That's unwound it, so I know it's not compressed anymore. And I'll take that battery out. So obviously the rate of fire much nicer, much snappier. I think they are rated to run an 11.1. Obviously you're getting a double shot. That might just be something that beds in over time from the gear set. Maybe it's there we go. Maybe it just needs that MOSFET. I'm so impressed with it, and the fact that it's as weighty as it is. Oh man, do you know what? Maybe I need to come back in 2 minutes, and once I've calmed down. It is an absolute thing of beauty. If you love AKs, you like what I always refer to as a tactical AK, this is definitely the one that you want to be looking at. You've got RIS rails all over it that a lot of people often miss on AKs of different sorts. I've just remembered I didn't talk about the rear sight, just looking at it then. So the way this works is it slides on the back of the RIS there. You position it where you want. Now I would assume that the little hole here is for the grub screw. No, it wouldn't, because it wouldn't tighten down. So you lift the rear sight up, you get it in position, and you use your little grub screw to tighten this down. Now obviously this is assuming you want to use this rear sight. So I've tightened that down. That's not going to go anywhere there. Maybe I've not tightened it down quite enough. I think I've actually taken the grub screw out. I think it's supposed to sit on a rail. Oh, Pheas, you broke it. I bet it does sit just into this or on this back bit here, and I've taken the grub screw too far down. There we go, let's take that back. There we go. Tighten that back down. So it sits at the back, on the back rail. Obviously traditionally, I'm sure I'm right, I'm sure somebody will correct me, please do correct me if I'm wrong, but one of the big issues that they found with traditional AKs like AK-47s is the two sights were too close together, because you would have the front sight and then you would have obviously the rear sight here, just in front of the magwell, and they found that they were too close together, and the slightest misaiming meant that you completely missed your shot at range. So obviously with certain brands, I know the Galil, I think, moved them further back, so you had one right at the back, one right at the front, and you found that they were much more accurate for it. So you've now got your rear sight on the back that's adjustable like you would with a normal AK sight, and you've got better chance of aiming and hitting. Obviously in Airsoft our ranges are significantly shorter, so even sort of at longer Airsoft ranges you're not going to quite suffer the same issues that they have in real steel situations, because we're not kind of firing over the same ranges. So the AK-12 by Arcturus, absolutely rock solid parcel. Some great features in there. I love the unwinding, I love the enhanced selector, the fact that you've got rizzers that people want on AKs to mount their accessories and things like that. The overall look of it is very cool and aggressive. You get 2 mags in the box, a mid cap that's selectable to capacity and a high cap as well. So you've got sort of a mix of best of both worlds. I love AKs with M4 stocks on purely because I find them more comfortable to shoulder and I can adjust it, and the fact that it's foldable as well makes it even better. So occasionally playing urban sites and things like that, I can flick it round, get it out of the way, and I can enter a building with the stock folded, and I've just shortened it by sort of quite a few inches there. It's made it a little bit shorter and easy to get it into tight spaces and round corners. I can't thank Taiwan Gun enough for sending me this. It's very much appreciated. I have put links down below to those. I will leave the usual photos after I finish talking in a minute. Please do make sure you like and subscribe, because you will really be helping me out. And if you do order from Taiwan Gun, please drop in the comment box that you came via Pheas Airsoft, so they know that obviously we're pushing their cause. I will see you next time. Bye.